Hey folks, Twisha Christian here. I want to get a little bit about into the cryptocurrency markets and kind of give like this warning about cryptocurrency. And basically, I'm just going to present to you what I see and what is coming with the recent flash crash, and then you have regulations and this whole administration and everything that they're doing to try to hurt the cryptocurrency market. We did see Bitcoin go down last week, but over the last several days, there's been a recovery, and we know about 10 days ago. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk a little bit. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just showing you what I see. So you do your own research, but I also think right now there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and I am kind of worried in the short term and long term of cryptocurrency. And I won't even say long term, but at least over the next year. So as many of you know, there was a crypto flash crash that wiped out, hundreds of billions of dollars, right, within 24 hours, right? And the reason why this happened, at least in the beginning, they said that this occurred because of China and their blackout, right? They had some kind of power outage, and so it affected the mining of Bitcoin, and so that was one of the major reasons. Soon after, when Bitcoin started to drop, there was an announcement. There's rumors and speculation, but basically an announcement that regulations are coming. That's why I believe mostly why the cryptocurrency markets went down, because of that particular announcement of regulations were going to be coming down the line. And so that happened shortly. Those rumors, those news articles started circulating shortly after this power outage in China concerning the mining. So basically at this point, we have an announcement that is coming down the line for regulations, at least coming from our government. And so one of the major concerns that I do have is that just from reading all these different articles, an announcement could come by the end of this month or within the next 30 days. And that was back from the articles that I was reading on the April 19th and 20th. So there is about 20 days left before officially that we will probably hear something about cryptocurrency regulation. But it could actually happen at the end of this month. So one of the things that I'm going to do, it may be very well that before the actual official announcement that they're going to announce the day before cryptocurrency regulations. And so we may see a drop for several days. But what we need to find out is what's actually going to be in the regulations. Well, we already know that this government does not have a favorable view of cryptocurrency. This administration is anti-cryptocurrency. They are anti-investor because they supported the hedge funds, and they supported the shutting down of trading platforms when GameStop was jumping, right? And we saw that happen. And we saw that happen with a lot of different stocks where they were restricting us from buying and selling stocks. And this administration sat by, did nothing. Let me tell you something, folks. They are anti-you. If you're an investor in crypto, if you're an investor in the stock market, this administration is anti-you. They don't want to see you succeed. All they want to do is tax and tax and tax. That's all they've been. That's the part of this whole regulation thing is going to be about taxes. And I do want to point this out in this article, by the New York Times that came out several days ago. New federal regulations could spur cryptocurrency crash. This article doesn't get into anything as far as exactly what the regulations are going to be and its effects. So we don't see that. I don't see any of that in this article. There's speculations, but they want to do this because they say that they say to enforce anti-money laundering and to stop illegal activities on the cryptocurrency market, right? Of course, we know the banks, they do that. They've been doing that every day, and they only get slaps on the wrist, right? Many of these banks, I've shown tons of articles especially with the FinCEN articles dealing with all the banks that dealt with corrupt individuals, corrupt organizations, and they just get slaps on the wrist. So, but with this here, they are really, let me read this one part of what they are saying she wants to do, Janet Yellen. All right. Then came rumors that crypto-hating Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen was about to go on a holy war against digital currency, causing a flash crash last weekend. And late this past week, on top of reports that President Biden is looking to hike capital gains taxes for the rich, there were rumors that Yellen wants a jaw-dropping 80% tax rate for crypto that helped send Bitcoin tumbling to near the 49,000 mark on Friday. So that is absolutely ridiculous, right? So she is anti-you. But this is the other thing. When they put these regulations on, it's going to put cryptocurrency on a more even playing field with the central bank system. So I don't think they really realize that. Because if any of those regulations are actually making it safer for investors, after the regulations and after the big drop, and you might have a whole bunch more investors come in because they're going to feel a lot safer. But the whole thing about it is, if they were to actually put an 80% tax for crypto, nobody would go and nobody would want to be involved in the cryptocurrency market, at least here in the United States. But see, folks, this is what they want to do because they don't want you to succeed. And so I believe that over the next several months, they're going to be doing everything they can to push that price down. But I do want to point out one other thing, and this is going to happen, and some of these regulations are going to be, there's going to be different regulations coming out of different countries. Like you heard out with Turkey, right? And then they had 2 exchanges within several days of apart go down, right? And all those people's money are just gone. Right, so billions and billions of dollars just gone, just like that. So I don't know if that money is if those cryptos are going to be recovered, but obviously it's going to cause Turkey to do some very stringent regulations. I mean, they're already basically banning cryptocurrency. So news like that does have an effect on the cryptocurrency market, but there are other countries that are also dealing with issues too. We had this. All 200 cryptocurrency exchanges could be shut down under new regulation in South Korea, regulator warns. Right? All the nation's 200 crypto exchanges could be shut down after September once a special financial law takes effect. I'm not going to get all into it, but do you see the point? Do you see what could happen, not just with the regulations that are happening here in the United States, but what is also happening around the world? Go do your research and start looking at all these other countries. There are more regulations that are coming. So my plan is to find my exit point. And my exit point will be around the time when they basically get ready to announce that they're going to announce regulations on the cryptocurrency market. I believe that you will hear the rumors the day before, or you will hear the announcement that there's going to be an announcement coming up in the next day or two. And I think that's going to cause the markets to go down. Right? Then, whatever those regulations are, we don't know how that's going to affect all these other cryptocurrency exchanges. That's how I lost a lot of cryptocurrency, for the simple fact that these exchanges shut down when the last round of regulations went back several years ago. I think back in 2017 or 18, and I lost a lot of cryptocurrency then. And I don't want the same thing to happen to you. So if you're using a foreign cryptocurrency exchange, you might want to start thinking about moving some of that around, because you don't want these exchanges to instantly shut down on you. With these regulations not knowing what they are, we don't know if it could cause crypto exchanges like Binance and a few others to close, right? I mean, it has happened. Some popular exchanges have closed down because of regulations. And I do want to make a point that these regulations may not necessarily affect all cryptocurrencies. I think most of the cryptocurrencies probably will go down at the announcement of regulations. Doesn't necessarily mean that every there might be some individual coins that either may not go down or actually go up. So and also too with the announcement of new regulations, uh, for those people who are using it illegally or money laundering and all that stuff, a lot of those people who are involved in that in the cryptocurrency market will start pulling their money out. It wouldn't make any sense to stick around and wait to see what regulations are going to happen, and then they get caught up in all that. But the other point I do want to make is that we don't know when these regulations are going to happen as far as being in effect. So whatever announcements they make, they said they could be announcements that take effect immediately. It could be something that could be 3 to 6 months down the line, or at the beginning of the year when these regulations take effect. So depending on, so there's gonna be a lot of what ifs and all that with the regulations. I just want everybody to be prepared in case the cryptocurrency markets, which will probably more than likely have a setback at any announcement of regulations, which is good for the cryptocurrency market as long as it doesn't include an 80% tax rate, right? So who knows what they are going to do with that? That's absolutely insane. And these are the same, I can't believe, I mean, it's just amazing that the people that are in this administration are just, I really don't get it. So, and one of the other things I'm looking at, maybe this year altogether, depending on if those regulations say don't take effect until the beginning of next year, this might be the thing where I might start going into swing trading, especially with the stock market. And I'm going to do a different video on that, but I think we're getting ready to get to a point to where I'm really going to have to start utilizing swing trading within the cryptocurrency market and in the stock market. Because many of you already know that we do believe that at some point the stock market will go back down. And I do have some concerns that I will address in another video. But I just want you guys to be prepared. So we could be seeing an announcement of regulations at the end of this month or within the next 20 days. All right, so even though Bitcoin is recovering, when they come and make those announcements, it's probably going to put another dent in it. And it will probably put a dent in a lot of other cryptocurrencies. I know a lot of people asked about Dogecoin. I don't know how it's going to affect Dogecoin, but I think most of the cryptocurrency markets will be affected. So you just want to be able to put yourself in a position to where you start to, the news of the regulations come out, and you start to see it drop, you sell off, and then you wait for the bottom. And that bottom could take several days, folks. The bottom is not going to happen within 24 hours because once they announce these regulations, and then you may even have other countries start to follow suit. And some of these countries already have regulations that are going to be changing things. So we're in the month of April. We still have May, June, July, August, September. So we got about 4 or 5 months until the South Korean regulations take place. So those are going to be things that we're going to be looking down the line and how it's going to affect the cryptocurrency markets. But we may very well have a lot of these different countries announce more regulations after the United States makes their announcement. You might hear Canada do something, or Russia, or Europe, or South America over the next couple months after the United States makes their announcements. So in the short term, in the medium term, I can see that there could be possibly a lot of volatility within the cryptocurrency market. So I hope that you did learn something today, and I hope that I have made you aware of what's possibly that is coming down the line. Every time regulations have been announced in the cryptocurrency market, it's always taken a nosedive. So based off of that, I'm going to speculate that the same thing is going to happen when the United States makes their regulation announcement. So anyways, folks, I thank you for listening. God bless. And with that being said, Twisted Christian out.